What's up, CEOs? So, are you burned out or afraid of being burned out? Well, these are the moves that you need to make right now in your business so that it thrives and you get a break or you're able to take a vacation. So if you're watching this right now, then you are watching the YouTube video. Please like and subscribe so that the algorithm will know to share this information with others. Also, if you want to be a part of this video before it goes live on YouTube, then join the group. The link is in the description, the Dream Dealership group, where you can get the live video early and ask questions. And I am Shamel Leonard. I started the Auto Dealer Business School, where I help car dealers and anyone actually now who is looking to build an asset-based car business to thrive. Okay, so I say anyone because recently we have picked up a few shop owners, so I'm excited for that. All right, so today's video is sponsored by the $1 Million Dealer Club. Yes, the $1 Million Dealer Club, because that is the goal, $1 million. And the way that you're going to get there is with the network in the club and the systems that we teach. You can join the $1 Million Dealer Club as a licensed dealer, or it is included with drama-free licensing VIP once you are approved, so that you can launch your dealership to success. Okay, so what's up, Nicholas? What's up, Muhammad? So yes, the $1 Million Dealer Club is where you implement, you work on your business. You have CEO time. Lots of times we're running around, we're buying cars, we're reconning, we're talking to the mechanic, we're selling to customers, we're answering text messages, we're, whatever, all the things, right? And you need time to work on your business. Where are we going? Why are we going there? What are we doing? What works? What doesn't work? What do we need next? That is the $1 Million Dealer Club. All right. So if you are looking for a place where you can work on your business, get some mentorship, set up some systems, build a business that can run without you. Oh, wow. I'm getting a call. I hope it did not interrupt my live. Okay. Don't interrupt my vibe or yes. So anyway, so today we are talking about burnout. Okay. Because listen, that is the topic in the $1 Million Dealer Club for the last couple of weeks, has been the burnout. All right. I have experienced burnout and the other dealers as well. And so what we have done to address that burnout is to implement systems. So these are the kind of things to do to avoid the burnout. Okay. You need to build a machine. All right. So that's what we've been working on, is building a machine. You have to build a machine, CEOs, and the machine, the business machine, is systems. That is your team and your software, and your team runs your software, right? That is also your monitoring and your reporting, or your KPIs, which are key performance indicators, which basically tells you how your business is doing. Are we doing good? Are we doing bad? What are we doing? How are we doing? Right? What's working? What's not working? And then it's also, that machine is also marketing, CEOs, marketing. All right. So to start to build this machine, the first thing you have to do is delegate tasks. Okay. Delegate tasks. Okay. And automate work so that you aren't doing everything. That's why you burnt out, right? So you have to delegate tasks. Let's talk about that, because delegating tasks is a mindset. And I'm only saying that because it required a mindset shift for me. I'm one of those people that I do it faster. I do it better. I do it quicker, right? I do it smarter, right? And so because I had that belief, then I would just do it, or I would always be involved, right? Well, no wonder I'm burned out, right? Because I have to touch every single thing. Delegating required me to look at a couple of things. One, if Home Depot can find thousands of workers, I can find one. Okay. That thought right there helped to shift my mindset. It's not that there is no one out there that I can trust, or no one out there that can do the work. I just have to train them to do it. And then I have to praise them when they do it well, and I have to correct them when it can be done better. I also have to give them the freedom to make decisions. In my team just last week, I had one of my assistants ask me if she should do something. And I asked her, well, what do you think? What do you think? Because I need my team to think for me. Okay. And this is my time to test their thinking. Are you thinking like I would think? Because that's the kind of team I need. I can find a team that thinks like I think, that does it like I do it, or better, right? Because my team, there have been some things, a lot of things that they have done better than me, because I have my own zone of genius, which is the things that I do very well. And then I have the things that I do so-so. And then I have the things that I do not do well at all. And in my business, I was doing all those things, the things I do very well, the things I do so-so, the things that I don't do well at all, right? So how about I get somebody else to take care of the things that I don't do well, definitely, right? So what are the things that you don't do well in your business? I would be willing to bet it is the reporting and analyzing the data and stopping to add up the numbers and watch the money. I would bet that, because that is difficult to do when you're moving around, right? So that might be something that someone stationary, someone grounded can do better than you, because they're at a desk, they're in front of a computer all the time instead of going to the auction or doing all the things that you're doing, okay? So you need to delegate tasks, and you need to do whatever it is you need to do to convince yourself that this is the best thing for you and that it will work for you. Okay. All your beliefs, whatever your beliefs are holding you back from delegating tasks, and not delegating tasks is keeping you burnt out, CEOs. Okay. If you're answering all the phone calls, all the text messages, and I'm only saying that because in the $1 Million Dealer Club, that has been the problem. We have been building systems to answer the phone, to redirect calls, to remove the one dealer who is trying to solve that problem from being the person who is always talking to everyone, okay, because he is burnt out. Okay, he does not want to talk to the people like that, right? Definitely talk to the new money coming in, but handling different situations, we can plan for that, and we can have a system for that so that it doesn't touch you, and if it does touch you, it doesn't burn you out. All right, CEOs, let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down about delegating tasks. I don't know what beliefs you have to tell yourself to make you do it, but that is what you need to do. That is your assignment, is to now delegate tasks, whatever that is. And if you're not a dealer yet, a licensed dealer yet, the first task that you delegate is your licensing process. That is why we started Drama-Free Licensing VIP, is because you need to be a CEO. Let someone else, somebody who does it better, faster, more knowledgeable, handle all the paperwork, to deal with all the emotional blocks the emotions that come up when there are blocks and denials and redirections, right? Because it's not that we get it, that it's smooth with every application. It's that when it isn't smooth, we aren't as emotionally attached, so we can solve the problem. But if you're in the process yourself and you're trying to get your license and something happens, all of a sudden you're thinking about all this money that you're spending, and what if it doesn't work, and what if I did it wrong? That is stressful. That is also adding to your burnout. Okay, so delegate the task of getting your license application done, and then once you are a dealer, you have to continue to delegate tasks and automate work so that you're not doing everything. All right, CEOs, I had to stay on that one a long time because that is so hard for my dealers to do, especially the men. All right. And I think the men is hard for you to do because you believe that it has to be hard. You believe in hard work. You believe that, well, I gotta do it. I gotta make it happen. Me, my strength, my whatever, right? And that is actually holding you back from building an asset-based business, to building a business that is an asset. All right, CEOs. So I just want to say that because I want to save you. This is real life. If you're burned out, it is affecting all areas of your life, and you need to fix that. It is affecting your health, your relationships, your business. It's affecting everything. So for the sake of all those things, for the sake of being healthy, happy, and rested, delegate the task and automate the workflows, please. All right. And if you need help with that, join the $1 Million Dealer Club. Comment $1 Million Dealer and I'll send you some information. Okay. We will be opening enrollment soon. All right. So delegate tasks is number one. Then number two is the reporting and the monitoring part. Okay. You need that because you need to make data-driven decisions. And this is also the part that makes your business an asset, because we talked last week about buying a dealership, and also the other side of that coin is selling a dealership, right? And what's valuable in that? And what's valuable in that is the data, the DMS, the CRM. Who are all your customers? What did they buy? How fast did they buy? How much did they pay? What cars were your best sellers? What cars were your worst sellers? What cars took the longest to sell? What cars made you the most money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You need that. You need the monitoring and reporting so that you can continue to do what works, so that your business can be better for it. All right, CEO. So then that's the second part. You have to have data. And that's the other part that's like, what? I missed the data part. I had the DMS from the very beginning, but I never analyzed the data, right? But at least it was collecting the data, right? So if you do that part, we can analyze it later. Okay. So DMS, I'll put a link in the description for the DMS that I recommend, so you can get your DMS, because if you're not collecting the data, then you are already behind in your business. All right. So let's get you caught up. All right, CEOs. And then the last thing is market for new customers, right? Because if you're not marketing, then you're not selling. And as dealers, our marketing is the car. So that means to be able to market, we have to buy new cars or have inventory. So marketing is the car, or it is your car finder service. Those are your two marketing, your biggest marketing campaigns. Okay. If you're renting cars, then it's the car, right? And it is your rental service, your rental program, right? What is it? It's easy. Why is it easy? It's cost efficient. Why is it cost efficient? Et cetera, et cetera. All right. So that is the machine you have to build, CEO, so that you're not burnt out. If you are burnt out, this is not going to last long for you. Like, you can't operate too long burnt out. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose money. You're going to take some L's, and then you're going to say, forget it. This is not working. This isn't good for me. And it might not be that it's not working or that it's not good for you. It might just be how you're working it is not working. All right, CEO. So you need to work it a little better. All right. So let me help you with that. This is what I'm doing. Okay. I am systemizing my dealership right now as we speak. When I first started, there were a lot of things I did right, but I had that delegate task thing so wrong. Like, I took way too long to do that. Now I'm doing that. Now I'm figuring out what it takes. I'm passing on those lessons to you, because this is the new, okay? The new is being the boss, the CEO, then running a business that generates enough revenue, more than enough revenue to build wealth. That is the new. Okay. So if you're doing everything in your business, we're stopping that right now. You are now, from this moment on, the CEO of your business. And even if you are doing everything, then that's because you are getting ready to transition for someone else to do it. You're doing it now so that you understand how you want it done, so that when you do outsource, when you find somebody to take care, when you do delegate, then you know exactly how you want it done. That's the only reason why we should be doing everything in our business. This whole, I'm doing everything in my business so I can save money, is not saving you money. It is losing you money. And the amount of money it is losing you is astronomical. Okay. Now, you may be saving money in the beginning because you're, like I said, you're figuring out what it takes and how you want it done. But you can't do that too long, CEO. So don't stay there. Get out of doing everything in your business. Delegate, build a machine, and be better for it. All right, CEOs, I am always praying for your success. This, I feel, is life-changing. I feel like somebody, maybe several somebodies, need to hear this. And I want you to hear this. I want you to absorb it. I want you to, I was like, is that the right word? I want you to take action, please. Okay. So that you're better, your business is better, your health is better, your life is better. We have this one life that we know about. And we chose to be dealers. We chose to sell cars or rent cars. So let's make it work for us. Okay. Let's make it do what it do. Let's make it like as awesome as it can be. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound like let's be a millionaire, right, with this? Because you can be a millionaire at anything. You really can. But you chose this for some reason. This must be your purpose. Maybe it's your purpose. Let's figure it out together, or not even really figure it out. You already know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. So let's make it good. All right. All right, CEOs, I'm going to step off of this soapbox because I just want to say I am always rooting for you and praying for your success. Listen, business it is like every part of you. It is spiritual. It is everything. So that's why I say praying for your success. But my prayers without your works are dead. They fall on deaf ears. Okay. So you have to take action. In this video, the action is delegate tasks. Understand what you need to do to delegate tasks. Use your software. Comment $1 Million Dealer Club so that you can get the support you need to delegate and to not be so burned out. All right, CEOs, be blessed. I'll see you in the next live training.